Guten Tag, welcome to Whitewater. So here we are, we got it set up on the legs and just going through it to see what we got to do in general. I'll take you for a little tour. You guys seem to like that kind of stuff. So as I pointed out before, I'm guessing this means Deutschmark. We know it's from Germany, it's a re-import. The decals are in pretty good shape. Hang this on you, Fathom, thanks. Decals are in pretty good shape, you know, a little bit around here. But not faded because it's been in a basement for a while. Not perfect, but as usual, I'm really not concerned with perfect when it comes to this stuff. As you can see, export only, everything's in German, yada, yada, yada. So, the other side's the same way. And the story is that they got this in Mount Kisco, New York. I guess there was a place that sold arcade games and pinball machines. And Christmas of 1997, 1998, something like that, they decided to get a pinball machine and an arcade game for the kids. They had 5 kids. Have 5 kids, I should say. And they got this, and they got a Hogan's Alley arcade game with a gun game, which I'm going to pick up at another time because that was part of the deal. So, this couldn't have been out on location all that long or overseas all that long, but it's not without its flaws. Most notably, right here. So this is a diamond plate Playfield. They're not as invincible as sometimes people lead you to believe, because if they're not taken care of, or they're not set up, or they use rusty pinballs, it will take its toll, as we can see here. Right in Willie's vest. And here, you can see the finish is crazing and it's cracked over here. It's not worn through. You know, as you can see, it's still there, right? All the paint is there. Finish, probably not. The finish obviously has a crack in it. And even down here. So this really got beat up around here. I'm guessing either from misadjusted flippers or just not good pinballs, or maybe a little combination of both. Honestly, when it comes to something like this, I might not even touch it up. You know, the fact that that white wear on it is close to the white buckle of the life jacket, it's not exactly unnoticeable, but it's not, you know, not the end of the world. It's not like, you know, the dog has a big white spot or his face is missing. I've seen stuff like that, or there's a big part of the red missing. I've seen whitewaters like that. That's not terrible. Not perfect, not terrible. It doesn't really bother me all that much. What I am going to do for sure, after I clean it carefully, which I already cleaned it a little bit, right? Just to see if I can get it clean, because as you can see, the rest of the Playfield is gross. And that's all what that looked like down here. I did see this wear. I didn't see this, but I did see this under the dirt. So I knew it was there. This I did not see. Not that it matters. And after I clean it, I'm probably 80% sure I'm not going to try to touch this up. But after I clean it, instead of putting Mylar over it, I'm going to try to put very thin cling vinyl. I don't like Mylar. I don't like sticking stuff on the Playfield. It just bothers me, and God forbid you have to take it up, or something happens to the Mylar, especially when it's right here, right in your line of sight with the flippers. Something happens with the Mylar, and you try to take it up, you run the risk, regardless of what kind of Playfield you have, of pulling up art. And we don't want to make that any worse, so we're not going to do that. So this thing was definitely played a lot. The family said they played it a lot, but I'm guessing it was also played a lot when it was out wherever it was and not maintained. You know, as a lot of these don't get maintained very well, right? Especially, I'm guessing this is probably a container game back in the 90s, and they were shipping containers of these things back over here, and you know, for cheap, and people were slapping lipstick on them and selling them out for whatever. He has the actually original receipt that he from where he bought it and what he paid. He's going to give that to me, and I'm curious to know. The other thing here, the Lost Mine, I didn't even see it at first, but if you look, oh, everything just went off. So we'll get to that in a minute. The Lost Mine, if you look, somebody actually did a pretty decent touch-up. Now, there's a big divot there, so that got the crap beat out of it. They touched it up and put Mylar over it. You can see the paint's you know, running a little bit under the Mylar, but I'm guessing that was done 20-something years ago, maybe even more. But they fixed that pretty good, and honestly, when you're up here playing, you can't see it because it's hidden behind the ramp. So the only thing you can see is the blurriness of the playfield under the ramp. You know, these have to be cleaned, obviously. So that touch-up is fine. It's Mylar'd, whatever. I really don't care. The ramps themselves are in good shape. I have a little bit of a broken ramp here, but he's solid, so he doesn't really bother me all that much. All the other ones are pretty good. Dirty, but pretty good. I don't know how it looks under the mountains, but the mountains are pretty good. Actually, all the mountains are intact, except for this guy right here. It's got some tape on him. But again, am I really going to buy new mountains just for that, when all the other ones are fine? Right? These are all in good shape here. Probably not. I'm definitely not going to buy new ramps. These ramps will clean up just fine. As you can see, what happened before is it's definitely got a 5-volt issue, right? Which is common to these things. As soon as you press a button, a flipper button or something, oh, there you go. It's the Bigfoot sound. I just leaned on it before. I think I might have pressed the start button by accident, and it reset. That's an easy fix. We're not worried about that. I'll show you how we handle that later on. Bulbs probably need to be replaced. We can see here, I'm sure these inserts are filthy underneath. You know, there's actually a lot of this stuff works. I'm looking for bulbs that are out, and I really don't see a lot. So, actually, this thing's in very nice shape. You know, it's a shame this happened down here, but what are you gonna do, right? So we got to get targets right. These targets, I believe, are incorrect. They're supposed to be green translucent targets. Oh, I thought it reset. Green translucent targets. A little bit of rust on this piece of spring steel here. Tiny bit over here too, but again, I really don't care. I mean, I can get spring steel for it if I really wanted to. And upper playfield's fine. Our Bigfoot has all his hair, which is nice. A lot of times you'll see these guys, the hair's all falling off, but it's actually not coming out either. Not like my hair. Should ask him what his secret is. So yeah, he's looking good. Our DMD, even though it's German right now, that's looking good. Make sure I have this. Okay, good. There's no head bolts. It was just kind of hanging on by the latch and back. Everything in here looks good. So it's in German too, just so you know, is the first time I saw this machine, I think I mentioned it, is I changed the batteries for them. Their batteries were on their way out. I changed them, put new ones in, and it's had new batteries in it for the last 4 years. Thankfully, no corrosion damage, even though the old batteries were starting to leak. They hadn't really done any damage at all. So I just took them out because, you know, just don't want batteries in there. Even though 4-year-old batteries, I'm sure wouldn't have been a problem. And we're not going to need them anyway, because we'll get some NVRAM in this guy. And that way we don't have to worry about batteries ever again. It's got the LA4. It's got the version 4 ROM. I believe the most recent is the LAH6. Not Last Action Hero 6. That's the home ROM version. So we're going to get that. I don't have a burner anymore. I got rid of it. Maybe I'll just buy one. Have someone else burn it for me. You know, caps need to be replaced. Caps on the DMD driver board. I'm sure those are old. This cap right here in front of that heatsink always needs to be replaced. He always goes bad. This fuse, maybe it's just dirty, but it looks blown to me, but everything seems to work okay so far. And, you know, we just need to replace bridge rectifier, a couple caps. Our connectors actually look pretty good. So our GI connectors, this is usually one of the ways I kind of use to diagnose how long this thing's been on. The GI connector looks pretty good here. That looks like it's the original GI connector. And all these connectors look original. Nothing looks really burnt or scorched. From what I can see here, they don't look burnt or scorched. So, Yeah, you know, I mean, looks like it was played a lot, but the evidence there, you know, on the playfield is there, but otherwise it doesn't look like it's been on a super long time. But who knows what the story is, right? Who knows what people did to these things and didn't do to these things. So obviously something went on over here, but what are you gonna do? So yeah, oh, we have our topper. Our dome is cracked right in front of here. Not the end of the world. I don't really notice it that much. And I need to take that off and clean the I cleaned up the outside of it. I gotta take it off, clean the inside of it. Looks like even our bulbs are working up there. Some of them look like they're not, but some of them are. We got the waterfall effect going. It's the original decal, which is in good shape under that dome. So yeah, a couple minuses, but a lot of pluses really. And you know, from what I could tell from here, I didn't look under the playfield yet, but it doesn't look like anything was hacked. Doesn't look like they butchered anything. No corrosion damage. You know, we could use all our original boards, which is always a plus. We got the topper board there. Our motor board looks like it probably works because we had our Bigfoot do his little warm-up dance for us. So yeah, you know, our ball arch is good, even though it's missing the screws. I don't know how the hell that happens. It's missing the screws. We got to get screws to attach it to the to here. All right, get those in there. But yeah, you know, I'm pretty happy with it. I can't complain. I've wanted a white water for a long time. This guy's falling out here. Yeah, we'll take care of that later. Wanted a white water for a long time, and I'm happy to have one. I'm also happy that I got it from from someone I know, from a family who gave me an excellent deal on it, which is why, honestly, if I saw a white water like this for current prices with this, I probably wouldn't take it for the deal I got on this. You know, I'm okay with that because of that. So, well, I got a lot to do. I don't know how much I'm going to get done today. Maybe a little bit, but this playfield notoriously is very difficult to not take apart, but to put back together because of all the layers of ramps. But we'll do it. You know, we'll do a video on the how everything's put together, and we'll take a million pictures, and it should make it easy. The only thing that I did order so far is the lockdown bar is broken. Where is it? It's down here. The catches, both catches, you see that little spot there? Were broken off. So I ordered a new lockdown bar from Pinball Life. That's coming. I'm sure I'll need more stuff, like I said, these targets, and maybe some LEDs here and there. The ramps look okay. Like I said, even down here, usually the bottom of that whirlpool ramp is all busted up. It doesn't appear to be from what I could see. So that's actually looking pretty good. So, all right, so that's good for now. And I'll come back to you when I'm cleaning this thing up.